Hi everyone, welcome to the class. Today we'll try to continue with the competitive exam class for the unit General Principles and Processes of Isolation of Element. As we discussed earlier in the previous class, the NCERT Exemplar Type 1 question, MCQ Type 1 question. Now in the present class, we'll try to focus with respect to the continuation aspect of it. So we'll discuss first with the matching type of questions from the NCERT exemplar problems and assertion reason type questions, followed by we'll try to focus the revision from previous year examinations. So we'll start with CET previous year questions. So followed by, so in the coming classes, we'll complete the NEET and IIT JEE questions asked from the unit. As the unit is a simple theoretical concept based unit, if you remember the concepts clearly, so I can answer in a better way. So hence try to focus to recollect all the information learned in the unit. So with this basic information, so we'll start with the matching type questions from the NCERT exemplar. Match the items of column 1 with items of column 2 and assign the correct code. So whatever the list 1 and list 2 as in the form of column 1, column 2 they have given, we'll try to analyze. So all these informations, so it is not completely given in the NCERT textbook. So it is the NCERT exemplar based. So few additional information will be there. So it will be very useful for us to concentrate for competitive exams. Now, if you observe here, so in the column 1, so they have given pendulum, malachite, calamine, cryolite. So pendulum is an alloy. So we'll try to consider so which type of metals are present in it. Malachite and calamine we know so from the occurrence of metals, so which is used for the composition of the ore of copper and zinc that we'll try to identify from column 2. Then the cryolite, so we learned, so which is the chemical used in the electrolytic refining, that is electrolytic extraction of aluminium. Now we'll try to see the code, what it is given. Based on that, we'll try to match the column 1 with column 2. Now, so if the questions are of the matching type question, so if the code is given as MCQ options for you, it is very easy for you to recognize. So with your better known column 1 information matching with column 2. So if you can observe here, so all the matches are not same except few. So remaining are different. Hence, you try to identify with the best match. So what you know. So we know that, so the malachite is the ore. So with respect to, so if you consider the malachite, so it is the ore of copper, a mixture of copper, carbonate and carbon, that is copper carbonate, and so the hydroxide of the copper with +2 oxidation state. So both, so here copper to carbonate, copper to the hydroxyl. So if we observe in both, the copper is present in the plus oxidation state. Since malachite is 4, so if you look into the option, so B is matched with 4. So hence we can easily go for this option by cross-checking the other. So now if you go with the calamine, so we know that calamine is zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate is known as calamine, so as an important ore of zinc. So hence C is also matched as correct. And cryolite, we know that it is Na3Al(F6), sodium aluminium fluoride. Na3Al(F6) is known as cryolite. Now pendulum, so which is a new one for us, so which was not there in the NCERT book. So you can recall with its composition here. So it is a nickel steel, the alloy of a nickel steel. So is the composition of pendulum, hence A is matched with 2. So hence all the given matches are correct with respect to the code 2, so which is given here. So hence the correct answer is, So it is code given in the second option. We'll go for the second matching type question. Now, if we observe, so here it is related to the purification refining concept. So they have given the column 1 information and they're asking us to match with column 2. The correct code we'll try to find for the answer. So first we'll just observe. So what are all the information given? So colored bands are formed. So with respect to which particular refining method you can recall. So we know that in chromatographic method, so in adsorption chromatography, so to identify the different extent of adsorption of various substances, so as the name indicate chroma, the coloring substances. So easily we can relate the colored bands are observed in chromatographic technique. Hence A is matched with chromatography. Impure metal to volatile complex is a condition with respect to the vapor phase refining. So, and in the vapor phase refining here, so we have a Mons process as an example of vapor phase refining. So a metal should combine with a given compound to form a volatile complex easily, which upon heating to a higher temperature should decompose to give the metal back. So hence, so that condition explains through Mons process as vapor phase refining. Purification of germanium and silicon. So as we know that germanium and silicon both are semiconductors, the best method for refining of semiconductors is zone refining. Then purification of mercury. So we know that mercury is having low melting point, and you can recall the metals with low melting point can be easily refined, so through a process of liquefaction. So hence, so if we observe all the options here, so it is purification of mercury. It's not through liquefaction. You can consider so distillation. Liquefaction is for low melting metal. So mercury is low boiling metal. So hence mercury and zinc we can take it for the distillation technique. So hence it is fractional distillation. We can take it as the match for the D. Now we'll try to identify from the given code, so which is correct. So colored bands. So it is chromatography. A is matched with 4. So that is given in option 2. We'll cross check the other. Impure metal to volatile complex is Mons process. So colored bands is with respect to chromatography. So impure metal to volatile complex is Mons process. B is 3. So again it is in the second code. So we can observe the right one. Then purification of germanium and silicon. It is through zone refining. So C is 1. And D, purification of mercury. So it is a low boiling metal. So that is option 2. That is column 2 information is matched with D. So hence, so all the correct matches are given in code 2. Hence, option 2 will be the right answer. Now we'll move on to the third matching type question. Again, related to the extraction, that is concentration they have given, the method of concentration, and two important refining process, that is purification of metals they have given. So we'll try to identify. Now, if we take the cyanide process, we know that cyanide process is used for the extraction of gold and silver. So by treating with cyanide, so gold and silver will form a metal cyanide complex. So which is upon replacement or displacement reaction by zinc will be used to obtain the reduced gold or reduced silver. So hence A is matched with 4. So if we take Froth flotation process, which we know that it is the method used for concentration of sulfide ores. So dressing refers to the concentration or benefaction. So zinc sulfide, as it is a sulfide ore, so it is concentrated by using Froth flotation method. Hence B is matched with 2. Electrolytic reduction. We know that electrolytic reduction is generally used for the metals. So we can consider, so the metal used by Hall-Héroult process, what we learned, so you can remember. So extraction of aluminium by Hall-Héroult process can be taken as example for electrolytic reduction. Then zone refining. Semiconductors are used or refined by using this technique. So it is ultra pure germanium. So we can take it as example for this. Hence, so if we look, cyanide process, extraction of gold. Froth flotation process, it is dressing of sulfide or zinc sulfide. Electrolytic reduction, extraction of aluminium. So then zone refining, it is ultra pure germanium. Now if we look into the code, so it is A is matched with 4, A is matched with 4, B, that is Froth flotation process, is matched with dressing of zinc sulfide, and C, electrolytic reduction, it is extraction of aluminium, and D, zone refining for ultra pure germanium. Since all the match is correct with respect to the code 1, and the correct answer is 1. Now we'll move on to the next matching type question. Now if we observe here, so they have given so few significant information so regarding the occurrence and the role of few chemical substances and its composition, they are asking us to identify. Now if you consider, so the option here, it is sapphire. Now actually sapphire is the ore of corundum or alumina, Al2O3. So but the cobalt infilled glass of sapphire is used as a gemstone. So hence the sapphire we can relate with, so it is the third one, cobalt. Then sphalerite. So if we take the sphalerite is zinc sulfide, is also known as sphalerite with a common name. Depressant, we know that sodium cyanide is used as a depressant for concentration of a mixture of sulfide ores. Corundum or alumina is Al2O3. And the correct match is A is matched with 3, B is matched with 4, depressant is sodium cyanide NaCN, corundum is Al2O3. So hence the correct match is given in the code, so 1. Now we'll move to the last matching type question from NCERT exemplar problem. So they have given few equation based and to identify, so 2 extractions, so that will try to identify your. If you consider A, blistered copper, now we know that, so blistered copper obtaining, so in the last step is by auto reduction. So whatever the liberation of sulfur dioxide is there, so with the reduction of copper by using its ore in different form, that is Cu2S is used for its auto reduction. So hence blister copper obtaining equation is correct with respect to column 2 as the second one. Blast furnace, we know that blast furnace is used for extraction of iron. So hence B is matched with 3. Reverberatory furnace, we know that, so in the reverberatory furnace, so generally used for oxidation of all the sulfide ores into their oxide form. So metal to convert it into oxides, so we know that the two methods used are calcination and roasting. Roasting is carried out in reverberatory furnace. So in the reverberatory furnace, for conversion of sulfide ores to oxide, the major impurity associated there will be the iron oxide. To remove that in the form of slag, silica is used as flux. So to remove the gangue iron oxide, the silica is used as flux, so which is removed as iron silicate. So hence this is the reaction so taking place in reverberatory furnace. So majority of all the sulfide ores, so they have the iron oxide as impurity. Then the Hall-Héroult process. We know that Hall-Héroult process is electrolytic reduction of aluminium. So aluminium is reduced by Hall-Héroult process. Hence, if we observe, blister copper is matched with 2, blast furnace is 3 iron, reverberatory furnace it is FeSiO3, the slag formation, and Hall-Héroult process it is aluminium. Hence the correct match is given with the code 1. Hence the correct option is 1. Now we'll move on to the next type of exemplar based questions. It is assertion and reason type question. So whatever the 4 options they are going to give, we need to answer for as MCQ for assertion and reason type questions. Now in these questions asked in the unit, so they have given 5 different options. So we'll try to analyze all, so which is correct. So in the examination, so you will be getting any 4 as the MCQ options for assertion and reason type questions. I will consider the first one. So we'll analyze the statements first and then we'll look into the options. Now, if you consider the first question, the assertion statement is nickel can be purified by Mons process. We know that Mons process is used for refining of nickel. So hence, so assertion is a true statement. NiCO 4 times, so which is formed as a complex. So when nickel is treated with carbon monoxide, so it forms a volatile complex tetracarbonyl nickel. So whatever this volatile compound, so will decompose at 460 Kelvin to give pure nickel. So that volatile complex upon heating to a higher temperature, so will decompose to give nickel back. Again, reason statement is true. As a reason explains the assertion is what we need to analyze. Now, reason is explaining assertion. So that is R explains A. Hence, so we'll look into the options now. So both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. So that is correct. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Assertion is true, reason is false. Again, it is not correct. Assertion is false, but reason is true. Again, it is not correct. Both assertion and reason are wrong. Again, it is not correct. So hence, from the analysis of the two statement, assertion and reason, so it states that assertion and reason separately they are true statements, and reason can be considered as the explanation for assertion. So hence the correct option is, it is the first option. Now we'll move into the next question. Again, based on the refining, the information is given. So try to analyze. Zirconium can be purified by Van Arkel method. So we know that zirconium or titanium, so both are purified by using Van Arkel method. So hence this statement is a true statement. Reason. ZrI4, zirconium iodide, is a volatile and decomposed by heating to 1800 Kelvin. So that is on the tungsten filament, what we learned. So again, the information given is true. As it decomposes to give the zirconium back, so which is the main principle of the Van Arkel method. So hence, So reason explains the assertion in this case also. So hence both separately true statements and reason explains assertion. Now we'll look into the options. So both assertion and reason are true statement and reason explains the assertion. Hence it is correct. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of A, which is not correct. Assertion is true, reason is false, which is not correct. Assertion is false and reason is true, again it is not correct. Assertion and reason both are wrong, again this is not correct. Hence, so the correct option for the question is, so it is option 1. Try to carefully observe when you are answering for assertion reason. So separately you analyze the two statements first, then you relate the reason statement to assertion statement. Now we'll move on to the next question. The third assertion and reason type question. Assertion: sulfide ores are concentrated by Froth flotation method. So that is a true statement. The method used for concentration of sulfide ores is Froth flotation method. Crazols stabilize the Froth in Froth flotation method. So we know that in Froth flotation we are going to use two chemical substances. So one is enhancers and another one is Froth stabilizers. Enhancers or collectors will give non-wettability nature for the mineral or ore particles, whereas the Froth stabilizers will stabilize the Froth formed in the process. Now Crazols is an example of Froth stabilizer, so which stabilize the Froth. Hence, so the information of reason is true. But if only Froth stabilizer is the main principle of concentration of sulfide ore by Froth flotation method, so is not correct. So hence, separately they are true statement, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Now we'll look into the correct option. So it is both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion, which is the correct statement. So remaining four are not correct. So you can analyze individually to relate it. So hence the correct answer is, it is option 2. Now we'll move on to the fourth question of assertion and reason type. Assertion statement: zone refining method is very useful for producing semiconductors. We know that semiconductors with high purity can be obtained by using zone refining technique. Hence, it is a true statement. Reason: semiconductors are of high purity. So that is correct. Semiconductors will be with high purity, intrinsic semiconductors. Now, is this reason is relating the assertion? If we analyze, again, both are separately true statement, but R is not the correct explanation of assertion. So if we analyze from the given options, so the correct option is, it is option 2. So we'll observe the last assertion and reason type question. Hydrometallurgy involves dissolving the ore in a suitable reagent, followed by precipitation by more electropositive metal, that is low grade ores. Hydrogen or any low grade ores can be used to reduce. So whatever the principle explained about hydrometallurgy, that is a true statement. So reason: copper is extracted by hydrometallurgy. So copper can be extracted by using hydrogen or any low grade ore such as iron. So again, it is a true statement. But reason of extraction of copper by hydrometallurgy does not answer so the assertion statement completely. Hence, so both separately true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Hence, if you look into the options, so the correct option relating the information is that both assertion and reason separately they are true statement, but reason does not explain the assertion. So this gives small information regarding the NCERT exemplar activity. Hope the questions are useful for you. So try to analyze that clearly. Now we'll move into the previous year questions. So we'll start with Karnataka CET examination. The present class will discuss 2-year questions. In the continuation of the class, we'll complete all. Now, as everyone knows that from the changed NCERT syllabus, so we had in the year 2014, so for the changed syllabus, the first CET examination for NCERT syllabus. So we'll start the revision questions from the same year 2014. We can analyze the weightage for Karnataka CET examination from the unit is. So you can expect 2 questions, so and that you can observe in each year. So 2-question weightage for Karnataka CET examination from the unit general principles. The process of zone refining is used in the purification of. Now, as we know that zone refining method is used for refining of semiconductors. Semiconductors are refined by using zone refining technique. So from the given options, so which is a semiconductor? We know that germanium or silicon, so is the semiconductor. Hence the correct option is, so it is option B, and this is from the year 2014. We'll observe another question from the same year 2014. And the question is, the statement that is not correct is. So incorrect statement we need to identify from the given options. A furnace lined with hematite is used for or used to convert cast iron into wrought iron. So that information is correct. So it is correct statement. So we have learned the processing of extracted iron, that is how pig iron is converted into cast iron followed by malleable iron. Now, whatever the information is given to obtain cast iron is correct information. Next, collectors are used to enhance wettability of mineral particles during the flotation. So which is wrong, we know that. So it enhances non-wettability. So it is not wettability. So non-wettability of ore particles are enhanced by using collector. Hence it is incorrect. In vapor phase refining, metal should form a volatile compound. So hence, so whatever the conditions of the vapor phase refining, if we take, metal should form volatile compound easily with a given chemical substance, and decomposition of the metal complex should be easy to obtain the metal back. So hence the given information is correct again. Copper from its low-grade ores is extracted by hydrometallurgy. So again, it is a correct information. Now the only incorrect information, so according to the given options, so it is option B is correct for our answer. So hence the correct answer is option B, which is incorrect statement among the 4. So again, it was asked in the same year 2014. Now we'll move into the question from 2015. Copper is extracted from copper pyrites by heating in a Bessemer converter, that is Bessemerization tower. The method is based on the principle that copper has less affinity for oxygen than sulfur at high temperature. Copper has more affinity for oxygen than sulfur at high temperature. Sulfur has less affinity for oxygen at high temperature. Iron has less affinity for oxygen than sulfur at high temperature. Now, the main principle in the extraction of copper, if we observe, in the reverberatory furnace. Now, Bessemerization or Bessemer converter is a type of reverberatory furnace, so where the ore is oxidized into its oxidized form. Now, here the copper should convert it into its oxide. Now, if you observe here, so copper has more affinity for oxygen than sulfur at high temperature. So this principle is exploited. So in the Besmerization tower, as a result of that, so the copper is oxidized to Cu2O and the sulfur is oxidized to SO2. So if we observe both the formation of oxides at high temperature, so copper is having more affinity for oxygen to form its respective oxide. And the correct principle regarding the Besmerization tower is option B. We'll observe the next question from the same year. Cryolite is. So we need to identify which is the cryolite and its related use. So we know that cryolite is Na3Al(F6). So all the options are giving the same chemical formula, hence all the option with respect to formula it is correct. We need to analyze the explanation of the use given in each option. Now if we observe option E, cryolite is used in the electrolysis of alumina, which is correct, for lowering the melting point of melt and increasing the conductivity of alumina. So that is a correct information. So we know that the role of cryolite is that which lowers the melting point of melt. So by lowering the melting point, so it increases the conductivity of the respective molten mass. So hence the use explained along with the formula is correct. So hence option E is correct. Now we'll analyze the other options also. Cryolite and is used in, that is Na3Al(F6) is cryolite and is used in electrolysis of alumina, which is correct, for decreasing electrical conductivity. So this is wrong. Na3Al(F6) is cryolite and is used in the electrolytic refining of alumina. That is electrolytic refining. So we are not considering this. It is electrolytic reduction of alumina. Hence again it is not correct. So cryolite is Na3Al(F6) and is used in electrolysis of alumina for lowering the melting point of alumina only. So not only alumina, so it lowers the melting point of complete molten mass. Whatever the molten mass is there, its complete molten mass melting point is lowered. So alumina only is not correct. Hence the correct option is, so it is option A. So with this, few important questions we completed in this class. So remaining we'll try to cover in the next class. Thank you.